Hello friends! Welcome to tonight's story. Sit back, take a slow breath, and let's listen to a tale from the enchanted forest about a princess named Dew. In a kingdom surrounded by dense woods lived a princess named Dew. She was given that name because every morning, her smile was as clear and refreshing as drops of dew on green leaves. But there was something different about her. Dew had the gift of speaking with nature. Birds, trees, even rivers could answer her. Every afternoon, Dew walked to the edge of the forest. She greeted the old trees, listened to the stories of the river, and sang along with the birds. But not everyone believed her. The people of the kingdom thought Dew was just imagining things. Until one day, the forest, usually so green, grew gloomy. The wind stopped blowing, the birds refused to sing, and the sky turned gray every evening. "Oh forest, what has happened to you?" Dew asked, anxiously. From within the mist appeared a dark shadow. "Fog King," he whispered in a heavy voice, "I will put this forest to sleep forever, unless you dare to challenge me." Dew trembled, but she knew only she could save the forest. She stepped deeper inside. The trees bowed, as if to open a path. An old owl said, "Go to the crystal lake, for there lies the key to the Fog King's power." With a brave heart, Dew crossed the swamp, climbed the hills, and finally reached the lake. Its waters sparkled like glass. Suddenly, thick fog covered her sight. Out of the mist, the Fog King appeared again. "Little princess, you will never defeat me," said the Fog King. Dew closed her eyes, remembering all the voices of the forest that once kept her company. She called to them, "Trees, river, wind, help me." The wind howled, the waters of the lake swirled into a vortex, and sunlight pierced through the fog. Dew raised her hand and cried out, "This forest is not yours, Fog King. Return to where you belong." The forest's voice echoed, and the Fog King screamed in rage. Slowly, his body dissolved into light until he vanished. The forest grew green again. Birds sang, the wind blew gently, and sunlight warmed the leaves. Dew smiled in relief. A great tree whispered to her, "You have saved us. Remember, true courage is born from a sincere heart." From that day on, the people of the kingdom believed in Dew's power. They understood that protecting nature meant protecting themselves, and so ends the tale of Princess Dew and the Enchanted Forest.
The star that fell to earth. In a small village surrounded by wide rice fields, there lived a boy named Raka. Every night, Raka loved to gaze at the sky full of stars. He always wondered, what would it feel like to live up there? One night, when everyone was already asleep, a bright light shot across the sky and fell near a big tree. Curious, Raka ran toward it. There, he saw something he never imagined, a small star, glowing softly, caught in the grass. "Oh dear, I think I've fallen too far," said the star in a gentle voice. Raka gasped, "You can talk? Who are you?" "I am Little Star. Every night I usually shine in the sky, but tonight I slept and fell to earth," it replied softly. Raka smiled. "Then I'll help you get back to the sky." They walked together. Little Star led the path, making the grass shimmer golden. The night birds bowed respectfully, and the wind blew softly as if to help. But the journey wasn't easy. They had to pass through a dark forest. Suddenly, a pack of wolves appeared. Raka trembled with fear, but Little Star shone so brightly that the wolves slowly backed away. At last, they reached the tallest hill in the village. Raka looked up at the sky. "How can I send you back up there?" Little Star whispered. "Just speak your wish with all your heart. The universe will hear." Raka closed his eyes. He prayed with all his heart for Little Star to return to the sky. Suddenly, the wind swirled, and a gentle light lifted Little Star into the air. Thank you, Raka. I will always shine for you every night. The voice of Little Star echoed from above. Raka looked at the sky with a warm smile. That night, there was one star shining the brightest, as if waving at him. And so ends the tale of the star that fell to earth.
The Rainbird and the Village Child. Long ago, in a village often struck by long droughts, lived a child named Laras. Every day, she watched the rice fields dry up, while the farmers worried because the crops would not grow. One afternoon, as Lara sat by the almost dry river, she suddenly heard a soft voice. Looking up, she saw a shimmering blue bird perched on a tall cotton tree. "Little one, why does your face look so sad?" asked the bird. "I'm sad because the rain hasn't come, the rice fields are dying, and the people in my village are losing hope," replied Laras. The bird gazed gently at her. "I am the Rainbird. If you are willing to accompany me on a journey to find the clouds, I will call the rain for your village." Laras was surprised and overjoyed. She agreed. With a single flap of its wings, the Rainbird carried her up into the sky. They flew across mountains, seas, and forests. The wind rushed against Laura's face, but she held tightly to the bird's soft feathers. At last, they arrived at a meadow in the sky where the clouds were resting. But the clouds looked weary and heavy. "I'm tired. Humans on Earth often pollute rivers and cut down trees," sighed one of the clouds. Lara stepped forward bravely. "But my village is different. We promise to care for the earth if the rain will return. Please, don't let our fields die." The clouds looked at one another. They saw honesty in Lara's eyes. At last, they agreed to follow the Rainbird back to the village. When Laras returned to the ground, raindrops began to fall. Rain poured down, soaking the fields, filling the rivers, and bringing the village back to life. The people cheered with joy. The Rainbird perched on Lara's shoulder. "Remember, rain will always come to those who care for the earth." From that day on, Lara's village became known as a land of great fertility, and every time the rain fell, Laras would look up at the sky, as if hearing the cheerful song of the Rainbird smiling at her. And so ends the tale of the Rainbird and the Village Child.
In a forest always damp with dew, there lived a little princess named Aru. She was not an ordinary princess, but one born from a single drop of morning dew. At dawn, she would walk among the flowers, leaving a shimmering trail that made the leaves sparkle like jewels. But one day, the dry northern wind came. The dew stopped falling. The flowers began to wither, and the forest lost its beauty. Princess Aru grew sad. "If the dew disappears, then I too will vanish," she whispered softly. With a brave heart, Aru decided to search for the source of the dew. She crossed meadows, climbed hills, and finally reached a crystal-clear lake at the foot of a mountain. There she met the guardian of water, an old spirit in the form of a white dragon. "I beg of you," said Aru, "bring back the dew for our forest." The dragon sighed. "The dew has stopped because humans have forgotten gratitude. They pluck the flowers but neglect the soil." Aru bowed her head. "Then let me remind them. Please don't let this forest die." Seeing the princess's sincerity, the dragon let fall a crystal of water from its scales. The crystal shattered in the air, and thousands of drops of dew returned, refreshing the forest. Princess Aru smiled with relief. From that day on, whenever the morning dew appeared, people believed it was the gentle footsteps of the dewdrop, princess still guarding the forest. And so ends the tale of the Dewdrop Princess.